The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 72 hours when the Zathari warship finally detected it. Commander Zixral's sensory appendages quivered with anticipation as he reviewed the signal's origin. A small research vessel, species unknown, stranded in the debris field of the former Kepler station. "Easy prey," his tactical officer chittered. "Life signs indicate only 2 survivors," Zixral agreed. In this lawless sector, a distress call was nothing more than bait for scavengers, and the Zathari were apex predators of the void. They would strip the ship, take the survivors for the labor markets, and be gone before any authorities arrived. But when his crew breached the hull, they found something unexpected. Bella pressed her back against the cold wall of the cargo bay, her breathing steady despite the sound of cutting torches eating through the airlock. Across from her, Jackson checked his makeshift weapon, a plasma cutter jury-rigged into something that might fire twice before exploding. "Should have stayed on Earth," he muttered, his dark eyes fixed on the door. "You say that every time we're about to die," Bella replied, tucking a strand of brown hair behind her ear. Her hands were steady as she primed the emergency bulkhead controls. "Yeah, well, maybe one of these times I'll be right." The airlock burst open with a hiss of equalizing pressure. 4 Zathari warriors skittered through, their chitinous armor gleaming, plasma rifles raised. They stood nearly 3 meters tall, their insectoid forms designed by evolution to hunt in the low-gravity forests of their homeworld. They had never encountered a Deathworlder before. Bella hit the bulkhead control. The gravity plating beneath the Zathari's feet surged to 3.2 G, Earth standard for heavy labor zones. The aliens' legs buckled instantly under their own weight, their exoskeletons cracking audibly as they collapsed. Jackson didn't hesitate. He fired the plasma cutter straight into their ship's exposed reactor coupling, visible through the breach. The explosion wasn't large, but it was enough to seal the hole and send a feedback pulse through their vessel's systems. "Bridge, this is Commander Zixral," the Zathari leader gasped through his translator, struggling against the crushing gravity. "We have encountered resistance, unknown species." Requesting, Bella walked forward, each step deliberate. The gravity that was crushing the Zathari felt like a mild workout to her. She had grown up on Earth, where gravity was a crucible that forged dense bones and powerful muscles, where atmospheric pressure could kill most species, where a simple fall could mean death. She crouched beside Zixral, meeting his compound eyes. "You picked the wrong ship," she said softly. Aboard the Zathari warship, alarms shrieked. The boarding party was down. Their weapons weren't responding, and now, impossibly, the prey was boarding them. Zixral watched through his failing helmet cam as the 2 humans moved through his ship like ghosts. They were small, barely 2 meters, but they moved with terrifying efficiency. The female disabled security systems with knowledge that suggested either exceptional intelligence or extensive military training. The male fought with a creativity born of necessity, turning every tool and environmental system into a weapon. A squad of 6 warriors ambushed them in Corridor 9. The humans simply vented the atmosphere, stood there breathing normally while his people asphyxiated in the thin air mixture that humans apparently considered breathable. When rescue teams arrived with proper gear, the humans had already moved on. "What are they?" his tactical officer whispered. Zixral pulled up the database, cross-referencing the distress beacon's point of origin. Earth, Sol 3. He felt his blood chill. "Deathworlders," he breathed. "By the void, they're from a Class 12 Deathworld." The designation sent ripples of fear through the bridge. Class 12 worlds were legendary, planets so hostile that merely surviving there required adaptations that made a species dangerous anywhere else. Worlds where the dominant predator was the weather itself, where disease, radiation, and atmospheric chemistry could kill most galactic species in minutes. Humans didn't just survive there, they thrived. Jackson planted the last charge on the warship's engine core while Bella worked the controls. They'd learned long ago that mercy in space was a luxury reserved for civilized sectors. Out here, you survived by being more dangerous than the things hunting you. "Ready?" Bella asked. Jackson nodded, and they sprinted back toward their ship. The docking clamps released just as the charges detonated, sending the Zathari vessel spinning into the debris field, crippled but intact. Its crew would survive, but they'd need rescue. As their small research vessel limped toward the hyperspace waypoint, Bella finally allowed herself to relax. She pulled up the distress beacon's log and deleted their message. "Think they'll come after us?" Jackson asked. Bella smiled grimly. They'll warn every pirate and slaver in 10 sectors to avoid ships broadcasting from Earth. Word spreads fast out here. She was right. Within a week, Zeke's report had circulated through the criminal networks of the frontier. The message was clear. Humans were pack-bonding Deathworlders who turned their environment into a weapon, who fought with cunning and creativity, who could survive in conditions that would kill most species. The Zathari had thought an SOS would bring them easy prey. Instead, it had taught the galaxy a valuable lesson. When a human calls for help, they're not asking to be saved. They're warning you what happens when you make them save themselves. End.